Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Seth from the Twin Cats, and I just wanted to talk about my pedal setup. A lot of times when when we're out on the road, I like to check out what the other guitar players are using, and it's kind of nice to see the different people's styles and what they're using. And a lot of times you'll find you got a lot of guys with a ton of pedals, and I wish I was like that. I wish I can figure out all those pedals, but the more pedals that I have, the more confused that I get. So I like to keep it simple, and I've had a few people ask me recently what I'm using here, so I'm just going to kind of give you a run through. I'm using this a Les Paul Standard through a Fender High Rod Deluxe. I just kind of stumbled upon it. I don't know how I got to making the decision on which amp to use, but I kind of broke down. I've always loved the tone here, so. Yeah, so that's just clean tone right there, Les Paul through Fender High Rod Deluxe. I just got the TU3, the Boss TU3. I've gone through a lot of tuners. This one is the one that I find to be most reliable for me. It's had beer spilled on it, water. I've had to clean it off a few times. It still works. You can use it for bass, you can use it for guitar. Standard setup here, just kind of red to green. Green means you're good. It's kind of nice if you're in a club and it's hard to see and there's a lot of lights going on. You can get the strobe tuning here, and sometimes it can be a little finicky, but some people like it, some people don't. I used to like it, and now I just go for the regular no strobe. The wah pedal I'm using, Dimebag wah. I think it's got probably the best. You could set them up. You could really dial them in. It's got EQ, volume. It has your threshold when you want it to break back and forth. And most of the time I'll use this. I'll use it as a filter more or less, instead of just kind of giving that wah pedal the wah works, Sometimes I will. Most of the time I like to use it as like a filter, especially when I'm doing like lead lines. I think when you're playing with a horn player, sometimes it helps if you can kind of get the sweet spot on the wah. You kind of almost match the horn saxophone tone, So that's what I'm using here. I'm just using Dimebag Darrell, kind of using it as a filter. Tube screamer. A lot of guys use tube screamers because they're reliable. They sound awesome. This one has the multiple settings on it. You can get the classic, you can get the 808. TS9 is kind of the sound that they've gone for here, but you can really dial them in. And I don't really use it too much for heavy distortion. I mostly use it for when I'm doing like some rhythm or some chucking, and when I get a little grit. Kind of gives you that natural breakup that an amp would have if you can crank your amp up, It's just clean. The pedal. really gives you that bite. It's kind of nice when you're just trying to get that extra. If you're trying to keep it clean, but still get that bite. The Tube Screamer's got the sweet tone, I think. Then for my heavy leads and when I'm trying to get some power chord action, I will use the full tone OCD. I fell in love with it. It's got volume, drive, and tone, and it has a low pass and high pass filter switch. And so most of the time I leave it on the high pass, and that's just kind of the way I've found I like to have it set up, is drive all the way up, tone all the way up, and volume about halfway. And this is kind of what it sounds like. You got that sweet crunch OCD. It's a pretty heavy pedal. And then I got a MXR carbon copy. Love this thing. I usually use it kind of as a more of a sustain pedal. It's got a mod switch on it. It kind of gives it this almost like phase shifting kind of sound. You can turn it on and off with the button here. It's got a mix, so you can blend either, you can have guitar tone mixed with the tone of the carbon copy, or you can have it all the way, you can have it none, you can blend them. The mix knob's pretty sweet. And then you have a delay so you can control the speed. And the regeneration on it is really good. The only thing I don't like is you can't hook up a external pedal. There's no tap delay on it, so you kind of just have to set it and go. But I don't use it as a delay, I use it as a sustain pedal. This is kind of how I've set it up. Low rain, mix is about right in the middle, and the delay is about 1 o'clock. So that's the basic pedal setup. OCD with the wall pedal is my favorite sound right here. Yeah, that's my pedal rundown. Thanks, guys. I'm going to try to come up with some more videos, see how you like it. I'm not too, yeah. Thanks, guys.